against the San Antonio Spurs. So yeah, man, let's go back to the board facility. No, we already done that. So we just gotta play the game. Yeah, play the game. This loading screen is really cool though, but it takes a long time to upload. Because when I first played 2K17, the game was scratched up and it wasn't working. The loading screen wasn't working. So I'm probably gonna play one game for the first time. I'm gonna do that with every single game. I'm gonna play it for the first time and finish the game and everything.
Tonight it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center. Well, for San Antonio, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And you take a look back at the Spurs, not just last season, but what they've been able to do for decades now. Shaq, are we witnessing one of the best stretches of any sports franchise?
Yes, I've been beaten by this team. I've beat this team to sustain success like the Spurs. It's rare, Ernie. I don't care what sport you're talking about. It started with one of my favorite players, the Admiral, and the young Tim Duncan. Now they're set up for the future. Sugar K. Leonard is the man in San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll look back in 20 years if we're still alive at that time and just shake our heads wondering, how did they do it so long? I mean, this Spurs team is a franchise to model your franchise, not just in basketball. If you're a business, go to the Spurs seminar and you'll learn how to have a great business.
Well said. That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter David Aldridge. We're in San Antonio. The Spurs with home court playing here in the AT&T Center. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, the record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something we are well aware of.
And I think for San Antonio, lately they've been off their game just a little bit. It's led to them losing that top spot here in the standings.
And they better recover before it's too late. They come too far this season to slip up when they should be coming together.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, the development of Kawhi Leonard and the addition of LaMarcus Aldridge have energized the vets on this team and extended the Spurs window. Tony Parker said it definitely helps that Kawhi and LaMarcus are here and playing great. It makes me want to be here to help all the young guys. It's such a great family and such a great atmosphere that it makes you stay. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. The players who are part of that organization seem to want to stay in San Antonio. As you evaluate teams here early in the season, Chris, aside from the obvious teams, what are you looking for?
I mean, well, point differential is another thing. This can be just as much as an indicator as wins and losses. I'm also looking at the team's chemistry. You know, sometimes teams are still figuring out, but you know the talent is there.
So Detroit will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Tobias Harris is out there with John Moore. And it's Drummond with the foul, roaming the paint. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first.
Great power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Jackson. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. There have been questions if Reggie Jackson can act as a true point guard on a team, Chris. He's much more of a scoring guard, perhaps, than anything else.
Well, Kev, a career best for assists from Jackson in 2016. He just needed a chance. You doubt he'll ever be in the top 10 in the league in assists, but you don't need that from him. As long as he can get others involved while putting up some points, you'll be fine with that as well.
That's good from Jackson.
Oh, man, and the former 24th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft. Jackson has developed his game as a true floor general. You can trust him to run your offense.
Now here's Parker. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston.
Don't forget about his playmaking. Kept his head up, found his teammates all night.
5 to shoot. Deadman. And it's off the back rim. No good. On defense, San Antonio. It's a 3-point game. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
They weren't hustling at all. They were rotating, basically letting that offense do anything it wanted.
Here's Parker. A made shot from Andre Drummond. Leonard the pass to Parker. Aldridge is free. To the inside. Here's Deadman. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Spurs shooting their initial free throws in the game right here.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
First one falls for.
And the continuity for the Spurs, really, it's pretty amazing. I mean, that trio of Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan, the most successful trio in the history of the NBA.
And so he makes both from the line. And for the Spurs, their star players have all taken less drag in free agency in order to stay in San Antonio.
Yes, plenty of bigger markets and bigger paychecks. It's a family atmosphere in the Spurs organization. It's rare to see a single player start and finish his career with one team, much less three teams. And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Here's Green. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
And there it is for him.
The catch and shoot J is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
Stolen by Moore. Here's the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Well, of course he did. The D was nowhere to be found, and because of that, he easily spread down the court and got an easy bucket.
Parker's shot is off.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
They made that possession super uncomfortable. As a result, they got to stop their defense.
Now, here's Green. After the miss from Contuvious Caldwell Pope. Parker against Jackson. Aldridge is straight. Parker kicks to Aldridge. 5 to shoot. 1:51 left in the first quarter. Jackson misses.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that.
Oh, well, it's a product of good, patient offense. Great shot there.
Now here's Parker. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Moore. Here's Jackson. That's good from 17 feet away. Jackson's got 7 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they shot the basketball.
Parker dishes the lane. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
He just lost where he was on the court. It ended up out of bounds there.
And the Spurs with some changes. Kyle Anderson is checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. That's Mills in for Parker. Marcus Morris is checked in for Detroit. Pistons leading by 7. Caldwell Pope outside. Down low. And Drummond kicks to Harris. Drummond sets the screen for Harris. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Cold start to this game for him. A lot of his shots are back.
There's 39 seconds left in the first. Outside Leonard, 6 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Mills, that's a two-pointer. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. The Pistons have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Caldwell Pope outside. It's Drummond, high post. There's the dish to Caldwell Pope. Outside Jackson. Ginobili with the steal. Here's Mills. It's a very good look and converts. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Pistons lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. The San Antonio Spurs have really popularized that unselfish offensive style of play. Manu Ginobili talked about their Spurs approach.
Attack and find the open teammate, not try to solve problems by ourselves. It's something that we've never done, and every time we did it, it's not us.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu and Tony there as the foundation, and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that have come through this Spurs organization.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far for the Pistons, what do you think?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals. I mean, jumping, passing lanes, pressuring the ball, really forcing their opponents into some of these mistakes.
On the floor for Detroit, Harris in its shooting guard. Marcus Morris is out there with Marjanovic. And it's Smith, and it's Johnson in at the 3-side. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kawhi Leonard is a low-key superstar who doesn't have 5 words to say to anybody. He said recently, "I'm not one of the guys in it for the fame. I'm here so I can take care of my family, take care of myself. I love the game of basketball, and as long as I can keep playing and try to get some more championships with the organization, I'll be happy." And that makes him a perfect fit with this franchise, Kevin.
All about the game, BA. Thanks. Chris, you're a Detroit product through and through. Grew up in the area and played for the University of Michigan. Did growing up in Detroit impact at all on how you played the game?
Oh, man, definitely. You know, growing up on the west side of Detroit, I just, you know, everybody in Detroit is Pistons fans. So, number one, that influenced me big time. It's funny, Isaiah was my favorite player, and after he won the MVP a couple of times, he would always say, "Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom." So that's why after every game, I actually did it and was influenced that way. And Chuck Daly, he was a mentor to me. He knew me in high school, but as I grew older, his relationship meant a lot to me. So I can't thank, you know, Isaiah and Rick Mahorn. You know, I met those guys in high school. I couldn't thank them enough for their positive influence on the guys like John Sally and of course, Joe Dumars. So, played for every team the fan always been. Now, this team at times on the floor can remind you of the 2004 Pistons and how they play. Very unselfish, defensive-minded, and playing for one another. No big star, but doing what they can to get wins.
Here's Harris. After the basket by San Antonio. Johnson to screen. Harris kicks to Morris. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Morris has got his second bucket tonight.
And just amazing awareness there. Perez whipping the ball all over, quickly to the uncovered three.
Pass to Bertens. Ginobili with a screen on Johnson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 5 on the clock. Ginobili, that's the 2. Ginobili can't get that one to fall. Pistons lead by 3. Morris passes to Smith. Johnson outside. Outside Harris. Fires it up. Nice shot from the wing. And the Pistons lead by 5. Well, what a run it was for Prez in college. He came in with so much expected out of him, and he lives up to the hype by leading his team to a national title.
And when it got down to the nitty-gritty in that game, you just knew he was going to shine. What a storybook ending for him to close out his collegiate career on top.
Parker's checked in for Patty Mills. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Young's checked in for Smith. Harris dishes to Morris. Kicks to Johnson. Back to Morris. Pass to Harris. Up top, Marjanovic. Young with no one around. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
Parker kicks to Anderson. Dishes it to Parker. Now the pass to Ginobili. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Rapid fire threes coming from everywhere. This is a shooter's dream. They are really letting the outside shot fly.
Now, here is Young. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Suns in Phoenix. Here's Marjanovic. He's going to foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's on David Lee. The Pistons shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First one falls for him.
Detroit has had such a rich history with the Pistons, and there have been so many great players to put on the blue and red. Just think about it. Guys from the Bad Boys era like Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Even further back with guys like Bob Lanier.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Lee. Aldridge comes in for Anderson. Leonard, he's checked in for Bertens. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And the Pistons, Chris, have always had great players. Even in down years, and one name that pops into my mind was Grant Hill before he injured his ankle.
Well, yeah, you can talk about so many other players. Let's just talk about Dave Bingham. You can think about other players like Bob Lanier, but it's hard to pick one player who encapsulates the franchise for Detroit as the titles have come from a strong starting 5. But I would say Isaiah Thomas is the greatest Piston ever, and it's hard to argue with that. He owns a lot of the team's record. He was the #1 pick for the Pistons. He got us 2 rings. He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
Here's Parker. He feeds it to Aldridge. Just around the clock. And he hits that buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
He just calmly rolls up and nailed that jumper as time expired. Awesome way to end the quarter and get to the finish.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Pistons ahead, leading by 6. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We did make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Bring it in. We have not won this game yet. We have to stop Parker from fueling their offensive attack. He's getting whatever he wants when he drives baseline. Move your feet and funnel him to the middle. And if he passes, be ready to close out on the shooter. No easy buckets. Now let's get out there and win this game.
We come back to San Antonio now with a look at the world-famous Riverwalk with its restaurants and boats and nightclubs and people. What's going on? Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yes, sound fundamentals. Lots of patience that led to that efficient scoring effort.
The defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Dwayne Gaitman is out there with Marcus Aldridge, and it's Parker in at the 1 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Chris, who do you think is the most versatile player in the league?
Wow, that's a great question. I think you have to just go with LeBron. LeBron is the most versatile player because we're not only talking about can he play point guard, can he play power forward, can he pass, can he dribble, but he can also play defense. So we mentioned two-way players a lot, but we don't talk about the offensive skill set many of these two-way players have. None of them have a better offensive skill set than LeBron.
Here's Aldridge. That's good. It's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Passes it to Harris. Back to Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. Softly drops in the floater. Caldwell Pope's got 7 points in the game.
Wow, did you see that? The terrific ball movement by Jackson is terrific. I mean, really moving the rock around the floor, especially to his wide open teammates.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And we're just about a minute and a half in the third quarter of basketball. Goes up and he's easy. He has 6.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Spurs trail by 7. Parker outside. He kicks it to Devin. It's blocked, but he recovers it. Goes back up. He gets hacked by the knee. He'll go to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Spurs have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. First free throw is good. And last season we had Kobe's retirement, but in the offseason we said goodbye to another legend, the terrific Tim Duncan. You know, Greg, there was talk he might hang it up, and he felt that he didn't have any more in him and called it a career after 19 incredible record-breaking seasons.
Yeah, and Timmy retired in the most Duncan way possible. Just quietly let it happen in the midst of the summer. No farewell tour or any of that. A big hit to the game of basketball to see one of the all-time greats walk away, but arguably one of the best two-way players to have ever played the game.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 7. Here's Drummond. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the force Drummond plays with really making the defense.
Well, the one issue for Drummond he has had his whole career, Chris, is his free throw shooting.
Well, it's resulted in a fair amount of the hack and Drummond moments that are going to continue in this case. But actually, they may not continue because we've seen some rule changes that may help him spend more time in the game because last year it limited how much he could play late in close games. His since his release looks decent enough, but when he's on that line, it starts to fall apart. One thing that Drummond might not get enough credit for is his play on the defensive end. He's very strong, not only at blocking shots, but keeping players from getting comfortable, keeping them out of their comfort zone. It's hard to set up in the post when you got a big man like that.
That one is no good. And Chris, with Drummond, the defense also comes in the form of quick hands. He gets a lot of steals for his center.
Well, okay, fast hands and good anticipation are part of that. The fact that he is such an immovable object on the block, he's just frustrated for his assignment. What is scary, though, he's only going to get better.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know about the championships that the Spurs have won, but it's their culture that is admired around the league. Coach Popovich said, I've been fortunate with the guys I've had come through here. My job is pretty easy when people have that character. You don't have to convince them to get over themselves or to feel responsible to each other. It makes it easier to have a team that enjoys playing together. Evan?
All right, G.A., thanks. He's being modest, certainly, as Coach Pop. He chose the players who fit certainly. Mills passes to Ginobili. Back to Mills. There's 1:54 left in the third. And by Lee. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Ginobili can't get that one to fall.
They often look to him to provide for them on offense, and he simply isn't getting the job done today.
Here's Drummond. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
The defense got super lucky there because he does not miss many of those.
And Anderson gets the lead. We've got 1:23 left to play in the third. Outside, Ginobili. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got his third rebound tonight. A rope pushes to Smith. Feeds to Drummond. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And the Spurs organization, really the gold standard in the NBA. Greg, they just keep winning.
You have to be impressed with how they've acquired young star talent to kind of carry on that tradition. Usually when teams have their stars retire, they go through that rebuild phase. The Spurs only revamp and reload.
That free throw, no good.
You love the heart that Drummond plays with. He's just a physical beast who's using his gigantic size incredibly well.
Leonard, he's checked in for San Antonio. Detroit also making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Young comes in for Jackson. And Levens is subbed in for Ish Smith. No luck that time either.
Well, going into the 2011 draft, the Spurs said it was a tough decision to trade away George Hill in exchange for the pick that became Kawhi Leonard. No remorse on that one now, though. Once again, the Spurs struck gold as Kawhi has developed into a true superstar.
And here's Mills. Anderson kicks to Mills. He dishes it to Leonard. To end the drought. They get it again. Redmond. For San Antonio, they've looked good at the line, but they're perfect in 4 attempts. The first one falls. A different look now for San Antonio. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Anderson. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. And Detroit with a change here, too. Luer's checked in. He hits both from the strike. Pistons leading by 6. 1 second separating the shot clock in game. Down low. Johnson. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Johnson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, just superb work there by Young. So unselfish with the basketball. Very nice getting the ball to his team.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. With 1 on the clock. Misses. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Pistons lead by 8. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Let's get about 3 or 4 stops in a row. Let's get something put together defensively. Offense will take care of itself. Both teams are scoring. Somebody's got to play D.
And Greg Popovich would very much like for his team to start knocking things down defensively.
Yeah, I don't think coach is interested in snipering back and forth. I mean, he'd rather remove the other team's bullets than power there.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. On the floor for Detroit, John Lure's out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Levens. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Young. And it's Kaczynski. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. The Pistons, Chris, a team that continues to develop their outside game.
Well, it makes sense when you look at the Pistons roster. They make sure to add more and more shooters in every position they can. With the team being built around Drummond, you want to open up space for him to go to work in the paint, draw those double teams, kick it out, and let the shooters do their job.
That free throw, no good. Jackson is checked in for Detroit. The second from the line. Spurs trail by 9. Parker passes to Green. And he uses the glass on the lane. And that's now 6 points for Tony Parker.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish inside.
Young with the ball. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Jackson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pistons. To the paint, got a piece of it. A drive by Aldridge, and he banks it away.
Are you kidding me? That's too easy. Where's the defense?
Detroit's gone 3-6 tonight when they led 5 from downtown. On the outside, and there's the feed to Drummond. Tries again. And they're going to stop the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
I just love the hard work on the glass from Joe. One of the best rebounders in this game.
Detroit making a switch. Caldwell Post checked in.
What's up?
For Drummond. You know, it's interesting, the classy LaMarcus Aldridge, first drafted by Chicago, and the rights traded to the Portland Trailblazers. But Greg, he was seen as a complimentary piece of issue to their stars. But by the time he left, many wondered also, he's now a superstar, but could he embrace a smaller role, especially a smaller scoring with the San Antonio Spurs?
And it shows how far he came during his time in Portland. Last season, some of the lowest minutes and points per game of his career, but he was efficient. Rebounded and blocked shots at a higher clip, and he wanted a chance to compete at the highest level.
Now here's Green, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Devin kicks to Leonard. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. There's the dish to Caldwell Pope. The Pistons working the ball around now. Pass to Drummond. Drummond is screened. Clock at 6. Caldwell Pope kicks to Harris. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Aldridge. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
And for a big man, he's as versatile as they come. I mean, he shoots it, he handles it. He's also a terrific passer. You name it, he can do it.
Now here's Lure. Back to Caldwell Pope. It's stolen by Green. To the paint. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. And he finishes the break with the layup. And the Pistons lead by 12.
And Harris is so good at remaining active on both ends of the court, never making anything easy for the opposition, which in turn results in a lot of skill.
Now the casual fans, sometimes sitting further away from the court, doesn't always hear all the talking that's going on between the players, among the players. this on the floor. How important is that communication between teammates, among players on the same team on the floor?
Great question, Kevin. I mean, it's tremendously important. You know, let's just think about some plays. Over 60% of plays in games are pick and roll plays. So when you think about that, the big man has to communicate to the guard, or he's going to get his head knocked off on every type screen. Also, the big fellas on the back of the defense, they're the ones that can see the floor and everything on the floor that's going on. So it's very important that they communicate to the back. Also, guards communicating the play calling, whether offensively or defensively. So communication is very important, and yeah, it's a lot of fun if you're a fan. If you can ever get a ticket down close, you know, hey, you'll hear some funny stuff out there.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Pistons.
They had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series. They will be going for the sweep the next time they face off. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Reggie Jackson.
Well, he was obviously feeling it at the offensive end tonight. It was his energy, his efficiency, that put them over the hump in this game.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Mom.
How you feeling? Did you still get jet lag?
Yep, I don't know if it ever really goes away, but I usually find that sleeping helps.
Oh, okay. I can send you some sleepy time tea if you need it.
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Okay, I'll do that. You need your rest. Tell that coach that you need more minutes, too.
I tell him every day.
He doesn't want to listen?
Well, I gotta earn them.
You are your father's son. Well, keep working hard. You'll get him.
All right. Thanks, Mom. Love you.
Bye, Chris.
Bye.
Alright, so on the next episode, we'll be going up against the Denver Nuggets. Don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, man, we're going to have a revenge on the Denver Nuggets, man. See if we can defeat them, man. Because you know the first game we had the lead and everything, but I was so sloppy. So yeah, man, we're going up against the Denver Nuggets next episode. It's a rematch, man. I'm ready now, though. I am ready to win against the Denver Nuggets. Let me go back to how many games we have left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 more games left before the month end. But yeah, man, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me check the minutes. I got 11 minutes. Ball Bobbin got 13. Justice got 11. I got 11, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully I can reach the starting lineup before it's too late. But yeah, man, I got 11 minutes. I got a long way to go. Denver got 5. Aaron Baines got 0. So I'm on a good step right now. I got 4,862 points right now. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments if you got really enjoyed it. But yeah, man, I try my best to post these videos every day and every week whenever I have free time. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Try to post it every day, every week whenever I have free time. I know I said it 2 times, but I catch you guys in the next video.